Okay, let's be real. Picking an engineering college in India, it can feel like you're trying to find your way through a giant, complicated maze. But what if there was an official map to guide you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're cutting through all the noise to give you the definitive guide to the top 5 engineering colleges for 2025, based on the government's own official data. So let's dive in. I mean, it's a huge question, right? For any student or parent out there, the sheer number of choices is just overwhelming. You're literally looking at a sea of institutions, and every single one of them claims to be the best. So how on earth do you separate the reality from the marketing to find out who the actual leaders are? Well, this is where it gets a lot easier. Thankfully, you don't have to go it alone. That official map we were just talking about, it's called the NIRF. So what exactly is the NIRF? First off, this isn't just some random magazine ranking you might stumble upon. No, this is the big one. It's the Indian government's official system for evaluating and ranking all the universities in the country. That makes it the gold standard, the one benchmark you can actually trust. These aren't just opinions, they're official ratings that carry some serious weight. Okay, so now that we know what we're looking at, it's time for the main event. Let's count down the top 5 engineering institutions in India for 2025. We're going to start at number 5 and work our way to the top. All right, kicking things off at number 5, we've got an absolute powerhouse. None other than the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. This place is legendary. And for good reason. It was the very first IIT ever established. It's got an incredible reputation and is known for having one of the largest and most diverse campuses in the entire country. Okay, moving on up the list. In the number 4 spot, we have another icon of Indian education. That's right, IIT Kanpur. It has locked in the number 4 position. If you know anything about IIT Kanpur, you know it's all about rigorous academics and some seriously groundbreaking research, especially in fields like aerospace and computer science. And now we're cracking the top 3. Taking home the bronze medal for 2025 is IIT Bombay. This place is an absolute giant when it comes to tech and innovation. It's famous for its incredible entrepreneurial culture, just pumping out startup founders left and right. It's just part of its DNA. A solid number 3. And now for our runner-up, the second best engineering college in the entire country, according to the official 2025 NIRF rankings, is the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. Look, this is no surprise to anyone who follows these rankings. IIT Delhi is always at the top of these lists. They've proven their excellence time and time again, and they're especially known for their incredible cutting-edge labs and, that strategic location in the capital, close to all the action with policymakers and industry leaders. So, we've gone from 5 all the way to number 2, and every single one is a world-class institution. But as we all know, there can only be one at the very, very top of the pyramid. So the big question is, after all that, which IIT has earned that coveted number 1 spot for 2025? And here we have it, the number 1 engineering institution in India. For 2025, the top honor goes to the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. But honestly, just saying they're number 1 this year, that doesn't even begin to tell the whole incredible story. Now, pay close attention to this number, 10. This isn't just a random number. It's not their score or anything like that. No, this number represents something way more impressive. Because IIT Madras hasn't just been ranked number 1 this year. They have held the top spot for 10 consecutive years, a full decade of dominance. Think about that for a second. That level of sustained excellence is just on another level. Truly remarkable. Okay, so now we know who is in the top 5. But the next logical question is, why them? What makes these specific colleges so elite? What is the NIRF actually measuring? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a whole comprehensive evaluation built on 5 key pillars. First, there's excellence in research. And we're not just talking about publishing a bunch of papers. We're talking about research that actually makes a global impact. Next up, quality of teaching. How qualified are the faculty? What's the student-to-teacher ratio? Then you've got modern infrastructure. Are the labs and libraries top-notch? Truly world-class? This next one is huge. Strong employability outcomes. Are graduates getting good jobs? And what kind of salaries are they commanding? And finally, there's high institutional reputation. They actually survey academics and employers from all over the world to get their take. So you see, the colleges that make it to the top, they have to be amazing across the board. When you see this kind of consistency, especially a decade-long streak like IIT Madras has, it's honestly astounding. It proves there's a serious, high standard of quality here. But it also makes you think, right? It raises this big, fascinating question for the future. Can anyone else break into this super elite club? Or are we going to see this kind of dominance continue for another decade? It really makes you wonder, what's next for the future of Indian engineering?